Hey, it's Greg, the Masked Gamer, and I'm back with part two of my Odalin first section. We'll call it first section playthrough today. I got answers to some things. I put some notes of things I got wrong. I'm hoping that before I run out of energy or need to walk the dogs, that I will get through the rest of section one now that I've gotten some of the clunkiness out of the way. But there's a chance we might pause and finish the section later. The overall plan is once I reach the first sanctuary, that is it for this like little temporary playthrough, and then I'll be playing this with a group and give my opinions after each chapter. Potentially later on. Okay, so we're just gonna dive. Oh no, we're gonna dive right in back to the book. Room 2, the Chamber of Purification. Of course, I've already set it up. A thick, acrid smell hits you as you enter, burning your lungs with each breath. Covering the walls, you see worn out images of jinns, rivers, and plants, all tinged with a sickly green hue. Covered by a heavy incense mist, two massive snakes. This is a massive snake. Two massive snakes glide in slow circles around an altar from which thick curling smoke rises from the burning herbs. Close to it, a robed viper folk, this is a robed viper folk, um, chants in a low, unrecognizable language, his hands weaving shapes through the smoke. In the corner, another viper folk, a woman in white robes and tarnished silver jewelry. I'm guessing this is her. Lies collapsed near a Jinn statue. This is the Jinn statue. Jinn statue. Um, Broken flasks and spilled purple liquid pooling beside her. Her shallow breaths and her gaze lost, flickering as if in search of something. Celine was in our group, something would happen, but she's not. Venomous incenses, a venomous gas fills the room, extending to all other rooms connected to it. At the end of each round, heroes in this room or any room connected to it, so that also includes the two rooms we have not uncovered yet, will gain one poison token, and heroes who are already poisoned will take 4 damage instead. Rule reminder: when you interact with an object token using an action, go to objects at the end of the current section and read the entry based on the letter of the token to reveal what you find. Remove the object's token from play after interacting with it unless the entry explicitly states otherwise. It says that the objects for this section are located on page 20 and 21, but I already found out before I started that they're on page 22 and 23. Okay, that's it. We're going to dive in. First up on our. First, let's see what instance we have that might be able to be used during a bad guy turn. I have something that'll let me heal heroes for based on time of life. I have something that will do damage plus extra damage per other instant that was played this round. I have something that will copy all costs and effects of the last instant that was used this turn. I have add a soul and place in your hand a card from your discard pile. And those are my 4 instants I have there. I'm going to start laying these instants out so that I don't forget they exist. For Gavriel, we have +2 corruption to get 8 defense. And if you reduce the damage to 0, the attacker takes 10. We have something that will do a lot of damage, and those are the things that he's got to go with, depending on how things go here. So if I do a lot of things this turn, I can really stack. If I do a lot of things during this enemy turn, I could do a lot of damage with this Nature's Judgment potentially. So that's an interesting thing to take a look at. But first, let's see what the Viper Sorcerer, who's going first, the oogity boogity in the middle here, is going to go first, and they're going to attack the most distant hero, which is um, Lilith, with it, which is Ashara, the shaman. They're going to target all heroes in 4 spaces. They're going to pull 3 those targets, and then those targets are going to, oh my goodness, they're going to have to discard a card and gain slowed. And she is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away. So she's going to have to move before she does that. So the first thing that's going to happen is we can't move through here because no, I don't think that's an obstacle, is it? I think only doors are obstacles. Um, I don't think they use the word obstacle for that. Let's see envision. Maybe that's the place where we'll get some idea of that. Envision, no barriers. Determining your vision. If at least one language without interference. They cannot pass through a corner wall door. So she can move through here. I'm calling the Viper Sorcerer she. Now she is 4 spaces. Now I don't want this thing to happen, and she's got 18 health. So we're gonna see what we can do to see if we can kill this before this happens. So the first thing is she is range 3 from the paladin. 1, 2, 3. So he's going to use one of his abilities to use Fire Wave. It's going to give him 1 corruption. He's going to lose 2 health, and that's going to deal 11 damage in range 3. So that's going to take this sorcerer right from 18 down to 7. Boom. Okay. So that was one instant. Now the next instant is, yeah, this will do it. We are going to use Mirror of Darkness. The shaman's going to lose 1 health, and this is going to copy all effects and costs of the last instant used this turn, even if it is from. Oh wait, she's not close enough. She's got to be 1 more space closer, so that doesn't work because that ability was range 3. So this could do 4 damage right now, which is not enough. I need to do more than that. Uh, I could make it 5, which is still not 7, so it's just not gonna be enough to do the thing. Oh wait. If I do that, aha, I can do this. I'm gonna make it work. It's gonna work. Okay, so I'm gonna use Nature's Judgment. I'm going to lose the 1 health, which I lost already. This is going to do 3 damage plus 1 per other instant played this turn. So that's 4 damage, bringing the monster down to 3 health. And I get to do Nature's Gift. I could do a few things with this. Let's see which of these makes the most sense. Probably not Quickened. I'm going to use Toughened. No, not no. I'm going to use. Oh, maybe that. Hmm. No, we're going to use the Blessing of the Salamander. So I'm going to lose 1 soul, and I'm going to invigorate um, myself, which will let me get some health after each of my turns because my health is getting low. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Um, so I did all of that. Now I can use 1 more ability to use the Mirror of Darkness, lose 1 more health, and now I will do this same card here, which is going to do another 4 damage and absolutely obliterate and kill this Viper Sorceress before it could even get to me. So that is dead. 1 thing died, so our power is going to go up by 1. My corruption's getting a little nasty, so I'm going to go ahead and eat this. I'm going to lose 2 corruption from Lilith, and instead of losing corruption from Gavriel, we're going to. Nope, it's only losing corruption. Gavriel's going to lose 2 corruption as well. So that is a dead Viper Sorcerer, whatever it's called. Whatever this thing is called is dead, and it is dead. So, good job on us. We killed it during its turn, which is pretty cool. My maximum health is 35. I'm not going to use this Amulet of Power just yet. But I can choose a hero to take an extra turn. They will recover all of their spent mana as well as draw 3 cards. Oh, is that because at the start of each round, do this and this and this. At each of your turns, you may do this and this and this. Oh, we also both needed to get a corruption at the start of the round, which I didn't do. So at the start of the round, we did all of that. On each of your turns, you may do these things. Is it at the end of your turn that you draw cards? No, it's at the start of the round you draw cards. So whatever I do here, so that doesn't make sense because the Amulet of Power came before my turn. So that's a little weird. Let me just see what this says here about it. Amulet of Power. Um, you can use simplified hero use when setting initiative and two Amulet of Power cards. Use for combat. A hero that takes an extra turn cannot be the same one that already took an extra turn with it. I guess I'm gonna like lose some of my abilities, so I'm gonna give that extra turn to Ashara because she's not gonna go for quite a while. So she's gonna get her two things back and draw three cards. And I hope that this works out. So we're gonna want to kill the circle snake first, which is this one. And that's got 20 health. I could do things that'll do a line of damage with crackling lightning potentially. That might be the best option with the weapons I have. This is an area 4x4 for 10 damage. This is a line for 10 damage. That does not a lot. We're gonna probably use crackling lightning here. So first we need to get into range to do a line. So we're gonna use this card, crackling lightning, and we're going to spend an action. We're going to move three, one, two, and we're going to stop here. And we're going to do a line of six to hit both of those. We're going to gain one corruption, and that's going to do 10 damage, assuming I hit. So let's roll our dice. We have two. We've leveled up some of our stuff. So we now have, instead of what we had before, we have two whites and one blue. Why should yeah, but okay. Two whites and one blue. So hopefully this is going to do a whole lot of damage to this snake that has one defense. All right, let's see what we go. So we get one, two, three, four, five, six hits, which is going to be a critical and do extra damage. But let's figure out all of these other things first. So we're going to get one soul. We're going to get another soul. So there was two soul tokens on there. One of these things is going to do an extra damage. So we are doing 10 damage, 11 damage, plus 2 is 13 damage. Divided by 2 rounded down is 6 damage to each of these, bringing them both to 14. Because I got a crit in my luck, it says that. So I didn't kill him, but I did some damage to him. I got two actions left. Um, Pretty much most of my tops, my tops are not what I want. I've realized this burst of savagery is probably better than I thought it was. That'll give me a soul and let me pull two enemies in range six, but I don't really want to use an ability on this. Oh, I scored a critical hit earlier this turn. So I could really risk my stuff by using Torment of the Meek, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to use Torment of the Meek, which is going to give me a corruption, and that is going to do 5 damage, but it's going to do 9 damage if I scored a critical this turn. We're going to actually, yeah, we're going to use that on the one that's closer to us, and that's going to do 9 more damage to that, bringing it to 5 health. Let's see if we have a way to bring it home with our final action here. I could use Burst of Savagery and maybe pull it all off in this one turn, which could be fun if I can figure it out. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to use that. We're going to use Burst of Savagery. We're going to lose one soul. We're going to draw one card and recover two actions. This card cannot be recovered until the next combat. Okay. So I now have two more actions. What did I draw? I drew something that could invigorate a hero in range 5. That's not what I wanted. I wanted something much cooler than that. It's not what I got. But this will work. Oh nope, that's an instant. I can't use it now. That's an instant. I can't use it now. I can only use these two things. Um, Hero in Oh, wait. For any of these instance attacks, they are. These ones on the bottom are. So I could get some of these back potentially. So we can, yeah. So we're going to use, nope, that's an instance, so I can't use it for now. We're going to hold on to these two abilities because we have a plan for the next turn. So that was that. It's going to be Gavriel's turn. Great, it's Gavriel's turn. I'm going to use Search for Power from Ishara. She's going to use an ability, get a soul, place in your hand a card from your discard pile that's not, place in your hand a card from your discard. Boom. Okay, that was one instant use this turn. Then we're going to go ahead and use as an instant the card we just took, which is going to lower our health by one, and it's going to do 3+1 per other instant done this round, bringing this down to 1 health remaining. And then I can get Nature's Gift again. With Nature's Gift, we're going to move to Gavriel and get quickened. So Gavriel's going to go 1, 2 and get quickened. Quickened. It's a foot. Quickened. Okay. Now I've used all of my actions, and there's really nothing else I can do this turn, but that's okay. All right. Moving on to what Gabrielle's going to do during Gabrielle's turn. We've got a few things here. What can I do that just does 1 damage very, very simply? Oh, this will kill them both. Sure. We're just going to go ahead and use Hell's Nova, getting 2 corruption and doing 7 damage to everything in range. So that's going to kill this one and do 7 damage to this other one, bringing it to 7. Okay, that's fine. Then I'm going to just try to kill it. We're going to use one of these amulets of power to do the heal on Ishara. Oh, Ishara should have gotten back, I think, 2 health at the end of her turn anyway. Because she was invigorated. Yeah, she should have gotten back 2 health then, but we're just going to go ahead and use that to give her 17 health and bring her back to full life because we're going to end this combat very, very shortly. Well, I mean, we hope we're going to end this combat very, very shortly. Let's see how this goes. We're going to use our last ability. Oh, we have to move. Oh, that'll give us movement. We're going to use our last ability, and that's going to let us move 5. We're going to go 1, 2, because we're going to want to look at these 2 things. And we're going to go ahead and get 1 corruption. And we can do 4 damage in range 2, and the target will become vulnerable. Plus, we will become the target's next target if possible. But first, I have to do my attack roll, which is only a white and a blue for me. So it's very, very likely I could miss because I need to get. Oh, these only have 1 defense. So we just have to get 1 hit, which we got. Our corruption goes up. We did the 1 hit. That's going to do 4 damage to it, bringing it to 3 health remaining. And that was our final action. So because we used all these instants before. So that was Gavriel's turn. And now it's going to be the Amulet of Power, which has to be Gavriel because we used the previous Amulet of Power on Ishara. So Gavriel's going to get 3 things back and draw 3 cards. So now we just have to kill this to end the combat, get some loot, and then we can search these things without the combat going on. Because I think that's probably just the best way to do stuff here. So if we can attack this with a chaos thing, we're going to get some extra. Oh, we forgot to get the bonus for the snake. Okay. So if we kill this with a demonic attack, then we will get some extra stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Our corruption is at a massive 9 right now, which is fine. And we're going to go ahead and do this. So let's roll those dice again. We just need to get 1 hit. We got much more than 1. We got enough to give ourselves 3 soul, which is cool. And that's going to do enough damage to kill this last one. And because we killed it and we killed it with an order thing in or next to it, we're going to get 2 from this. I am going to go ahead and have us both eat that to lower our corruptions by 2 and raise our souls by 1. Okay, so everything's dead, so I can start searching these other things, or I could hurt myself to get my corruption down. But let's start with searching stuff. So we're gonna investigate the lady, who is letter G, like Greg, which is my name. Please help me. I don't want to become like them, says the white snake woman on the ground. That is Mithy, the alchemist, right here. Um, but as you reach closer, she suddenly lunges at you, her mouth wide open, fangs dripping with poison. You must make an agility 12 test to dodge her attack. Okay, okay, okay. Um, so I'm going to add my agility to this, which is 1, and we've rolled an 18, so that's a pass. So I pass that test. She then falls to her knees, despair etched in her eyes as she pleads. Sorry, I don't kill me. I am losing control. I can either kill the deceitful viper folk, or I can approach again and ask her what happened if we're not in combat, or I can ignore her for now, keeping the token on the map and end the interaction. I can ignore the test if I come back here later. Eh? Can I go ahead and leave that for now, I think. Let's look at the Jin statue with our final action, which is, oh, the statue depicts a Jin bathing on an egg in a water full of petals. Touching it, you feel the lingering magic imbued within coursing through you. Remove all poison tokens from you and all other heroes within range 1 of the statue. The statue is not removed; it can be used multiple times. Oh, okay. So at after each round we can heal our poison using the statue. That's cool. But that was the last of his turns. These other snakes are pretty dead, so they're gonna go back into the snake pile. Ashara's gonna take her regular turn. The problem is Ashara doesn't have any action points, which is weird. So I mean, not weird, but it's like okay, because we're using these amulets. So I think that, oh, you know what? Because combat ended. Hold on. When combat ends, end of combat. Maybe something else happened that I was missing. Villains. Um, villains. Campaign phases. Out of combat. When there are no enemies alive, characters take turns as normal, but do not draw cards at the start of the round. They can take any action as usual. I think she just doesn't get any actions, and then the round ends and we get our other stuff back. But conditions, I believe, disappear at the end of combat. Is that accurate? Conditions. Conditions. This room says you get 1 poison. Yeah. Then if we have the conditions page, 33. 33. All tokens are removed when no enemies remain on the board. So I guess we remove all of these tokens because no enemies remained on the board. So yeah, I guess that's what happens. So those go away. So now if I'm understanding this right, we start the next round, which means we discard all of our stuff here. We don't draw cards. We get our 3 actions back. This will get reshuffled on the deck at the start of the next combat. So we're going to go ahead and reshuffle these because they're going to come out at the start of the next combat. Then we get our actions back. At the start of the round. I'm confused. Start of the round. We don't draw cards because there's no combat. We still get our 3 AP, and we still receive 1 corruption each. I think that's how this was supposed to work. And we don't shuffle this until we enter a room, but we can't use I don't think we can use the amulets because we're not in combat. but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna take those off, and we're just gonna take our turns in the regular order, I guess. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Because I beat the room. I should have taken three more equipment cards and two consumable cards. So let's do some loot stuff. Again, I'm not really shuffling these as of yet. I'm just kind of like pulling some cards out, and we'll shuffle them better before Sunday's game. So that's three items, and three level one equipment, and we're gonna get two random consumables. And let's see what we got. So our first item is hunting gloves. It's an accessory that gives us a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to give those hunting gloves to Gabrielle. So Gabrielle is going to gain one vigor, which is going to no, same maximum health increase. Two agility, bringing him up to two. Bringing him up to three, actually. So he's going to get an extra defense on his defense rolls for that, if we ever need them. And one more luck, bringing him up to three luck. Nope, any luck. Okay. Next item is a consumable. This is to draw one card. It's a mana potion. We're going to give that to Ashara. Second item is an apprentice's warden. Oh, so this is also part of that set. So we're gonna replace our Brightstone staff with that, which is gonna change our dice pool. So we now have three blue and one white as our dice pool. What does he have? He has one white, two green, and hang on. Boom. And now that gives us an extra set bonus increase. So now the size of my area attacks is increased by one, which is cool. And our second consumable is a potion of power. Roll an extra white die on an attack. We're gonna still give that to Ishara. And then our final equipment is a wand of many things. It's a one-handed caster wand, which we will hold on to for later. Now, I've just realized I might have been equipping things that I can't equip. Heavy armor, shields, one-handed weapon, two-handed weapon. Light armor, caster offhand, caster one-handed, caster two-handed. Yeah, I can use all of that stuff. So we're just going to remember that we have this other wand. And yeah, okay. So those are the items that we got. So our next round, we are going to each gain a corruption, bringing us up to 9, which is a little scary. So Gabriel's gonna go first. He's gonna use his first action to lose 1, 2, 3 health and therefore lose 2 corruption. It's an action called penitence. Oh, we each got poisoned as well, which sucks. So he's gonna oh, he doesn't want to talk to her yet. He's gonna use a basic movement to move over to this altar. And then his third action is going to be to look at um, look at the that altar, which is letter C in the campaign. So letter C in the campaign book is the incense on the stone altar releases a fetid smoke that stings in your lungs. Some herbs smolder on sticks and braziers atop it, while bundles of different kinds of dried leaves lie scattered in open compartments. We can either destroy the altar, or we can study the altar. And if we succeed, we would make a mind 12 test. So my mind is 0. The other person's mind is 0. I'm just going to destroy the altar. You sweep the incense burners to the ground and shove the altar, sending it crashing to the floor. The rising smoke halts, but it becomes clear to you that the thick poisonous haze already hanging in the air will hardly dissipate in less than a few hours. Remove the token and end the interaction. We destroyed the altar. That was my third action. I'm currently poisoned, so I do lose 2 health. All right. Then Ashara is going to go. Same thing. She's going to do some corruption removal, so she's going to lose 1, 2, 3 health in order to lose 2 corruption. She's going to use an action to move. 1, 2, 3, and then she's going to use her final action to use the gin and remove everybody's poison tokens. So that was her third action. So now everybody gets poisoned again. Boom, boom. I see how this works now. We get our stuff back. We each gain a corruption. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs and a poison. And Gavriel is going to still have to go first because that's how it works. Um, so he's going to use his first action to move here, his second action to remove everybody's poison, and his third action to take 1, 2, 3 damage to remove 2 corruption. How very lame. The door straight ahead of us is number 3. The door to the left is number 4. So we're going to have her head towards door number 4. We're gonna leave this little lady alive because I think we can come back to this room potentially. Uh, yeah, I'm sure we can. So we're going to use our first thing to lose 1, 2, 3 health, to lose 2 corruption. And our second action is going to be to move 1, 2, and open door number 3. So as soon as we open door number 3, the round ends. We're going to start our next round. We're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4 cards because I don't think we reshuffled the discard pile in, but I am not absolutely sure. That's something that I'm going to have to remember to check, but I'm going to forget to check. We're going to set up room number 3. So room number 3 is on this page. We're going to grab. So this is a sanctuary door. It doesn't have a number, so we're just going to do this, and we know that this next door is going to be the sanctuary, which is the like save point. There is this tile. Going to go here with the sanctuary here. We're going to get some traps and treasure chests, it looks like. So we're going to put 2 treasure chests, and you can interact with these. And then we're going to put a whole bunch of traps, which I don't know if there's a way to interact with and disarm. I will check that in a second. Traps, traps, traps. We have a closet thing, because that's the word I'm using. We have a closet thing, and we have a library thing, and then we have a bunch of dung beetles. So we have the hexagon dung beetle is going to be here, and the hexagon blue dung beetle, we're going to have them look this way because they're too big for their spaces. Like this, like this. We're going to take these are, I'm sorry, they're called desert scarabs, not dung beetles. We're gonna remove these monster decks that we like didn't even see because like we ravaged those monsters pretty intensely. And we're going to shuffle the dung beetle deck. Oh, and you know what else happened? I just realized because that round immediately ends when we open the door, boom, boom, we both get poisoned again. So that's kind of suffering succotash, isn't it? All right, so here's the Dung Beetles attack deck. They have how much health they got? Where'd I put them? They have 20 health each. Boom. And we're going to shuffle these on into the initiative deck along with the 2 amulets of power and see what our initiative is going to look like today. Oh, I should look up traps while we are doing this. 42 traps. Combats cannot interact with traps. They're triggered the first time a combatant enters its square or crosses the corner of its square. So we will have to trigger those traps in order to check those treasure chests, essentially, which, I mean, it is what it is, what it is, isn't it? Um, but I want to kind of see what's in the treasure chests. I don't know. I don't know. But I think we just kill all this stuff and then we're going to get to the sanctuary. Oh wait, you know what? There's reading to do here. Let's do this reading. You step into the hall where 2 sluggish streams wind along the floor. Their water tinged with a sickly green hue. Ancient chests and cabinets stand against the walls, their surface is thick with dust, the aged wood hinting of a long past. If Balam is in your group, but it is not, he is not. A sudden rustling cuts through the silence. 4 enormous desert scarabs stir, their cracked, dull shells scraping against the stone as they shift. Antenna switch twitching and agitation. Ahead, a heavy door bears symbols from the Djinn of Healing. Vines sprouting from its open palms, leading to what probably was once a sanctuary. If we win the fight, we get 2 equipment cards and 2 consumable cards. Rule reminder, we cannot open the sanctuary door because we are not carrying a purifying relic. First up is going to be Amulet of Power. Oh, Amulet of Power cannot be first. It goes to the end if it's first. Ashara is going to go first, followed by a Scarab, followed by Gavriel, another Scarab, an Amulet, a Scarab, and then an Amulet at the end. So we're starting with Ishara. Beginning of Ishara's turn, she gets a Corruption. She is nowhere near that well, unfortunately. And we now have monsters to deal with. So maybe I should have considered ending my turn a little bit closer, but I didn't. Whenever you heal an ally, if it's positive, nobody's got positive condition tokens. What is this? All heals applied to you and allies this turn are increased by 1 and Nature's Gift. I get extra things if I give myself positive tokens. I could remove my own token by using that, potentially. That's only in hot. We are going to first use Season of Renewal. It's going to lose 1 soul. All heals applied to you or allies in range 5 this turn are increased by 1. And I get Nature's Gift. So I'm going to use Nature's Gift to lose 1 soul and give myself Invigorated, which is going to remove my poison. Okay. Now, bum, bum, bum. I haven't attacked yet. I could try to do a big attack. Oh, do I have any instants? This is heal to a hero in range 1. No. This is do a lot of damage to a big area. That's nice. This is change the target of an enemy to you. An enemy with 7 or less health is defeated. Well, this lets me do a lot of damage. It lets me do 5 damage to everything. So as an instant, we're going to use Lava Burst. And we're going to go ahead and use that in this area. It's going to do 10 damage at range 5. All targets take half the total damage. So it's going to do 5 damage to each of them. So that's going to bring them all down to 15. Now, I don't know why they do this. They could just be like, yo, it does 5 damage in range 5 to the area, instead of saying it does 10 damage, but only half. But whatever, we did what we did. Now here's the fun part of what we just did there, because now I can use my ability with Ishara to get 1 corruption and deal 5 damage to all enemies in range 8 who were hit. Oh no, that's by an attack. Ugh, that's hit by an attack. Not, that's not an attack. Oh darn. Well, that is what it is. So yeah, okay, great. So let's see what attack we're gonna do. We're gonna try to kill at least one of these for sure. This is gonna give us 2 corruption. I'm using that second thing now. This is a 6 damage in range 4. I'm gonna go ahead and move 1 space forward. No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna shoot this one over here. So I'm gonna roll 1 white and 3 blue. And these have a defensive 1. So I should be able to hit it. But I did a Greg and I whiffed, and all I do is get 2 corruption. So that pushes one of these things up, and we're going to trade out one of our tokens for what we're using to be a tainted token. And I think that's all that happens when my corruption goes up past 10. But let me just double check that. Tainted action 14. Um, it's tainted page 14. Tainted. Use a taint. You can use a taint whenever. Oh, I get a corruption whenever I use a tainted thing. Corruption track 10. I. Oh, it rised above 10. I reset it to 0. Flip one of my action tokens, and from now on, I will have to get a corruption whenever I use that token. I'm just gonna say that we flipped one of the ones we already used now that I know that, because that's scary. Okay. And that gave me plus. Oh, wait, 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 wait. Oh, I get +2 attack, so I still did one extra attack. So I still did do the 6 damage to it. I forgot that I used the thing that lets me do that automatically. Now, the sad thing there is it doesn't give me what I needed to just automatically defeat a thing. And that's also just not the right one to have been attacking. But I'm going to go ahead and move 1, 2 spaces into the room so that I'm closer to other stuff. I mean, I could. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just finish this off by using this final ability, which gives me 1 corruption and does 5 damage to all enemies in range 8 who are hit by an attack this turn. So it's going to do 5 damage to that first one over here, which means that I can then use this action to use this. Nope, it's not close enough, so I can't. Boom. Okay, well nope, nope, that's what I could do. Okay. Oh boy. All right. Well, there we go. Oh, gonna use that to re-roll to roll an extra. It's okay. We're not gonna do that. That is the end of Ashara's turn. So now Desert Scarab number 2, which is this one, is gonna go. Closest hero, it's going to do 4 damage and heal this villain the amount of damage lost by the target, which is fine because it's not going to damage anyway. It's going to come over here and attack the closest hero for 4, which is me, and I don't have any defense dice anymore, so I'm just gonna just take 4 damage. Okay, but at least it can't be healed. All right, Gavriel. Now Gabrielle can do stuff. Gabrielle has 2 actions left. I want to save this one. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna first action. No, we're gonna keep the poison. I got plenty of health. We're gonna use our first action to use Hellfire Mantle. We're gonna move 1, 2, 3 spaces, smack dab into the middle. We're gonna gain 1 corruption, and we're gonna attack for 5, assuming we hit. We did 1. These have 1 defense, so that's enough. I do get a corruption from that dice roll, but I do get to do 5 damage. Um, uh, I'm just gonna kill the one that was damaged for some mitigation there. So we killed that one. That was a chaos attack. So we get 1. And then is that for every hero that was adjacent? We get 1 more? Is that, or is it just 1 more total? Um, if the villain was defeated by an attack of opposing alignment, and the alignment's attack is equal to or higher than the alignment's intensity, increase the power track by an additional 1. But what is the thing that we get if we're adjacent to it when it dies? Did I have I messed something up here? Hold on. Villain death. Where is villain death? Defeating a villain. Um, because I feel like they're supposed to like somehow explode when they're next to me, right? So where did I mess this up the first time I played? Is my question. Attack sequence. Defeating a villain. Soul Blast. All heroes within 1 gain 1 soul. Oh, we get soul for doing that, not chaos. Oh, wait, 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 wait. At the end of the villain's defeat, all heroes within 1 gain soul equal to the villain's order value. At the end of the villain's turn, all heroes. So every time we've been doing stuff adjacent, we should have been getting soul, which we haven't been doing, but we're going to start doing it now. So, okay, I blew that up. It was adjacent to both of us. And yeah, All right, now I can do one more of these. Oh, that sucks because I wanted to use the I'm gonna kill something adjacent to me, but I couldn't. But we're gonna go ahead and do oh nope, that's an instance, so I can't. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna do penitence and lose 1, 2, 3 health to lose 2 correction, because that's pretty much the only thing I can do, I think. But enemies within one attacking me are gonna take 3 damage for the until the start of my next turn. So Desert Scarab, blue. Oh, that's the dead one. So we're gonna remove that. No, it's dead. Okay. Desert Scarab. This one is next. Closest hero, Acid Explosion. All other scarabs that haven't yet active move to the end of the initiative track. So this is going to go here. Set this card aside. When the next acid explosion is revealed, the attacking scarab dies, dealing its remaining health as damage to all heroes in 2 spaces, and then discard both cards, ending this effect. All other scarabs set this card aside. The next acid explode, but I'm going to still move closer to me. I just don't attack. All right. Amulet of Power. Who do we want to go? Oh, I forgot to lose 2 health for my person. Great. Amulet of Power. We want to kill this one next. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do enough damage to by myself. So maybe, yeah, we're going to have Gavriel go next. He's going to get 3 things back and draw 3 cards. I might need to use this big heal from that this time. Snake Lady in the other room is still crying. So that's fun. Yeah, so we only need to kill the hexagon. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can do a lot of extra damage with the Infernal Wrath card. Um, or I could do damage to all 3 of them. No, we're going to use this. We're going to go ahead and yeah, we're going to go ahead and use Infernal Wrath. So that's going to give us 1 corruption. We want to do, it's at 15. So we want to do 15 damage. So we're going to take 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that means this will do 15 damage, assuming I hit. I don't have anything to help me hit. I don't think. Um, that does twice the damage. I don't. We just need 1. Aha! We did it. So we got 1 soul. We got 1 corruption. And we do 15 damage and kill this one. So for killing that, the power track goes up by 1. We're going to immediately. Mm, mm, we're going to hold off on that, I think, actually. And I get a soul which heals me 1 because I'm above. That's what happens if it goes above the maximum, and I don't use it to turn into a demon. I don't think I'm gonna turn into a demon because I only have 2 actions left, but maybe I should. Um, I could pay 10 on my turn. It ends at the end of my next turn, so I can use the thing this turn and the next turn. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this demonic transformation thing. So I'm gonna pay 10 soul, and I am going to become Asmodee Raw. So I'm now this giant monster for the rest of this turn and for the next turn. While I'm doing this, I can use one of these abilities. So my next attack, either I can use one that will give me 3 defense dice if I get attacked, and whenever I'm attacked, I will deal 5 damage to enemies in 2 spaces. And that'll be until my next turn. Or I can have my next attack deal an additional 6 damage and apply weakened. It can't be reduced or halved. But I already did an attack this turn, so I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use the one that lets me get 3 dice, and if I'm attacked, blah, blah, blah. I get 2 more actions still. I don't have anything that's going to let me use my aura. But I can do this. So we're going to use the Sword of Zeal. I'm going to lose 6 health. Is that how many I need to lose to do this? No, I just need to get it down to 7. So it has 15 health. So I need to do 8 damage to it. So we're going to lose 4 health, 1, 2, 3, 4, to deal 8 damage to the green diamond one. So that's down to 7. We killed this. All right, so I did that, and then I can activate the Aura of Retribution, or I can get a soul. We're gonna activate the Aura of Retribution, and then we're gonna use oh, that costs 2 souls, so I can't do that, so I have to get 1 soul. That's fine. Then I'm going to use Merciful Judgment. An enemy with 7 or less within range 2 is defeated, and just kill this. So this one's dead. The power track goes up again, but we're going to leave it there. That wasn't with an attack, so it doesn't go up more than that. But we do each get a soul from the soul explosion, and that was my final action. This is going to go here. I lose 2 health. Boom. And we're going to just go ahead and use this to heal myself for 25 because I'm at 25, so I'm back to full health. That's at the start of Ashara's turn. So she gets her 3 actions back. She's going to draw 3 cards. And I just have to kill that last one, and then like we're pretty solid. So like explore the rest of the room. And I definitely want to kill that before we explore the rest of the room because we do not want this acid explosion to happen, which I'm not really that worried about, but whatever. Let's see how it goes. All right, so 1, 2, 3. So this has 15 health. How can I kill it? My best attack is this one still. We're going to go ahead and use this for 2 corruption. It's going to do 6 damage, and I get 2 hits automatically. So I don't think I need to roll any extra dice. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 3 corruption and 1 soul. Wow. Okay. But 3 is not enough for that to be a crit, sadly. So we only do 6 damage to this, bringing it to 9. I don't have any ability tokens to do anything else with our friend Gabrielle here either. So, do I have any way to do 9 damage? I don't think I do unless I draw a better card somehow. But the thing I had that could have let me do that was in my discard pile. Oh no. What could I do? Oh, I could have moved before I did that, so I should have moved the 1 space here for using my 2 movement from that card. Cards I have are kind of lame, so we're going to use an action to search this closet J. And unfortunately, we're not going to kill that thing this turn. So searching closet J. As you as you rest open the cabinet's stubborn door, a cloud of dust spills out, coating your hands and clothes. Inside, you find ceramic relics, worn statues, and scattered coins, offerings left here long ago. Your search turns up little of value until your fingers brush against a small stone pendant. Its surface is smooth, warmed by the lingering faith of its giver. As you hold it, the last of its power seems to fade, but a quiet comfort settles over you, a faint echo of the sincerity that once imbued it. So I reduce my corruption. I reduce my corruption by 4. Okay, that's nice. That goes down to 2. I am curious about something here because I don't know. I just want to see something in like the pre-game because it was talking about a quest, but I didn't get any quests, and I just want to make sure that you can get a quest from that, and that I'm not like missing something. Um, so how do you get a quest? Um, so this is weird because so there was something that if I chose to do a different thing, I would have discarded a quest or completed a quest. But I've never been given said quest. So are you able to go and I believe you like lock these dungeon things. So I'm just having a little bit of confusion as to how a mechanic works here, I suppose. Like how do you get these quest cards? I'm just confused. Um, because I just don't understand how to do this. Discard quest one, the Lost Alchemist. Where does this come from? Quest one. I didn't get it from the fast track thing. I didn't get it from here. Um, I feel like something's missing somehow from somewhere in this chapter, and I just can't figure it out um, at all because I just don't see where would I get this quest? Did I miss something? I investigated all those things. No. Yeah, I don't see where or how one would ever get that quest card unless just don't understand. I don't understand. Uh, I'll have to ask about that online. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. What were we doing? This was Tashara's second turn, which didn't go so well. So her oh, did he take no, he took two damage and then used the heal at the beginning of her turn. So that's the end of the round. Shara gets poisoned. I take four damage for him. We go back to the start of the round where we have to discard our whole hands, get our actions back, draw one, two, three, four, and one, two, three, four. And Ashara's going to go again, and she just needs to freaking kill this thing that has 9 health left. Um, how is she going to do that? I'm going to crit. I don't have any positive condition tokens. Got a bunch of crap, bunch of crap, bunch of crap, bunch of crap. Is there an instant that I can use from here? More enemies must attack you if possible. Oh, this will do it. Boom. One corruption. I lose 2 health. I deal 11 damage to this, and it dies. Boom. We each get a soul because we're both adjacent to it. The power track goes up by one. And now I'm going to use it, which is going to remove 4 corruption from me, give me 2 soul, remove 4 corruption from you, give her 2 soul, which actually heals her for 2. And now Ashara can take the rest of her turn. but she can't use any more cards because combat is ended. If I understand that correctly. So this was this, which ended the interaction. Um, I'm just gonna go open that other door, I guess. Yeah. So she's gonna use one movement to go 1, 2, 3, and then she's gonna use one movement to go 1, and then she's gonna use this and gain a corruption to open this door to room 4, which is the isolation room. Is that this? Yep. I mean, maybe it's this. No, it's 6A. 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 Isolation room here. And that has no enemies in it. It has a pile of bones and it has a altar. So a new round starts, but there's no combat. So we're going to remove that dung beetle. We're going to remove the amulets of power because we decided that only happens during combat. We're going to shuffle these. It's the end of the round, so each of us lose 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the poison, and that's our order. These all get discarded because we can't use actions. We get all of our actions back. And she goes first. So she's going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3. She's going to use her second action to look at this thing in the middle, which is food. I read all of this while I was trying to figure out what was going on with that quest that I couldn't figure out. So yeah. As you circle the brazier, you see carved images that seem to reveal a story etched into its surface. 5 viper folk appear first, leading a crowd, but ahead of them, all and towering over all is one holding a book and a staff. Further along the etchings, the leader is shown offering the book to another, a serpent distinguished by a lone star on its forehead, chosen from among a crowd. In the following scene, the chosen figure stands alone before a grave marked by the staff, now holding the book alone in sadness. The final image shows this new leader beside 4 others, the book still in his hand, but now all 5 are shown with the same size, together leading the crowd. For a moment, you feel a presence behind you, but a quick turn shows no one. Returning your gaze to the brazier, its flames have mysteriously died. You gain 3. I get 3 soul and 1 corruption. I don't remove the brazier, but any further interaction provides no effect. I gain 3 health because I got 3 soul above my maximum. And then I'm going to go ahead and use and get a corruption to move next to that pile of bones in the back. And then I take 2 damage from my poison. On to Gavriel, who can search through the rest of this room. He's going to move 1 space. Yeah, sure. He'll move 2 spaces and trigger both of these traps to end up here. He takes 2 damage and he's now vulnerable and weakened. Whatever, he doesn't care. There's no combat. It doesn't matter. Oh, he should have lost his poison. That's fine. He should have lost his poison at the end of the combat, apparently, but I didn't do that. For his second action, he's going to look at this bookcase, which is H. Um, as you search through the cabinet, your hands pass over dusty potions, brittle herbs, and an assortment of tarnished trinkets and amulets, mostly ruined by time. Amid the clutter, you find a small box containing 2 bottles. They're liquid clear and unstained, seemingly untouched by the decay that claims the rest. We would draw 2 consumable cards, but we're not going to do that because we're going to stop when we reach the rest phase, essentially. He's going to use his third action to open this chest, which would give him 1 item. I believe that item could be either a consumable or a equipment card, if I'm correct. 41. 41. And 41. Yep, 41. That's the previous page. If a token instructs you gain equipment or consumable, draw the specified number of cards. So which is a condition token? It just says one item, so I guess I would pick if it's an equipment or a consumable in that case. I assume. Sure. But I'm still not going to do that. But I do lose 4 health from the poison. One, two, three, four. Now it's going to be her turn. She is going to use her. Everybody gets a corruption at the start of their turn. She's going to use her first thing to search the pile of bones. The bone pile holds a tangled mix of viper folk and human remains. As you carefully lift aside the largest bones, a glint of gold catches the light again. Buried within, you uncover a golden chalice, its surface intricately carved with vines and flower motifs, all untouched by decay surrounding it. Gain a purifying relic token and interaction. So now she can start to head back, one, two, three, to get to the door to leave. But on his turn, he's just going to go ahead and oh, he should have gotten this back. On his turn, he's just going to go ahead and come here and open the door. And that's going to take us to our rest area, which is Sanctuary. This room holds one of the ancient altars of the Jinn. Returning a purifying relic to it will help cleanse the corruption within the hall and seal the section behind you, allowing your party to rest safely before progressing further. We will discard that relic, apply the campfire rules. It says something about quests and doing things, and then we will continue the campaign in section 2. So what we would have done there is this would be a save point, and we would have recovered all hit points, discarded all cards, removed all tokens, reset corruption and soul to 0, reset the power track to 0. All of our tainted tokens would now become normal, end any effects from previous tiles, remove all the tiles from the board. We would gain 1 level where we can level up one of our cards. We could change our Bound Demon Lord if we wanted to. It says, do not place the campfire tile yet. After resting, check if the campfire tile displays a Hell Rift. It does not. If a Hell Rift is present, you can choose to explore it. Otherwise, you can have it be connected to the next room, and we would continue the adventure into the next room, quote unquote, seamlessly. But I've got some questions about like how some things work with condition tokens when you're not in combat, when you are in combat, etc. And I'm really confused about where this first quest comes from, and those are the things that I'm going to ask. Um, it's clunky. There's it's obviously a labor of love, and I like the core mechanics. I like this acid explosion card and the terror that it invoked in me. But I really like. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what errata will bring to this experience. But that is the end of my test play for Odalin. I'm going to play it with a group, and I will check back in after the first dungeon, which will probably take us a few. I don't know how often we're going to meet, so probably in a few months. But that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and whatever you do, keep those health bars full. Thank you, and have a great day.